She's a local fashion designer whose designs got her on Lifetime Project Accessory. Liz Stutzman is here to share her great story and show off her signature accessories. One of which Megan has been wearing all
yes,
morning
we
long.
saw the bags. The story behind this, I was walking through a festival and I noticed these really cool kind of artsy looking leather cuffs and bracelets and bags, and I thought, oh, that's really interesting. So I started talking with the designer.
How about that?
And I got one of the cuffs right here. I've been wearing it, love it. And the bags are really cool too, huge bags, and we'll tell you where you can find them this weekend, where she's kind of setting up shop at, and you can go and talk to her and check out all the stuff she has for sale.
A lot of great ideas right there.
Yeah,
Gotta
so
love
stay
it.
tuned for that. We're heading out the door and road tripping later this week to Yellow Springs for the street fair, and you know what? That fair will have hundreds of vendors and artists. Among them that you'll definitely want to check out is Liz Stutzman, and she is here with some leather accessories that she made. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning.
Now, Liz and I met when I was at a festival, walking through, and I really noticed all of your cool designs, and I was drawn to your booth, and I love the designs. Talk about your story, because I think it's pretty interesting. A lot of people may have been in a situation where they were losing their job and then wanted to do something that was a passion of theirs. How did you get your start?
Well, 2 years ago, I started cutting up old vintage belts and making them into cuffs. My friends started liking them, and they started, I gave them as gifts, but then they wanted them, to buy them. And so I actually did the whole, went down to 5th and Wayne for a First Friday, set up a table, started selling them, and I made money that night, and I was like, oh wow, this is kind of fun. So I just kind of did that for, about a year and a half, just as something to do. And then I'd been working the same job for 18 years, and kind of like a lot of people, got to the top, and got cut from the job, and so I thought, what am I going to do? And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to give this a shot. You only live once. I'm going to try to make my hobby into something, and it's taken off.
Taken off into a world
Yes.
of its own. And you were in the running to be on a national design show. Talk about that experience.
Well, that was the craziest thing, because literally I lost my job 1 week, and the very next week a friend said, hey, Project Runway's doing an accessory show. You need to try out for it. I thought, there's no way I can make it. Overnight, decided totally to jump in the car, put some of my stuff in the car,
headed to Chicago.
drove to Chicago, stayed up all night, did the open casting call. I was one of 3 people from Chicago that made it through. The producers kept calling me, and we went through this whole entire process. Long story short, I made it all the way to the top 16. They picked 12 for the show, and but they'd like me to come back for season 2. So
well,
we'll
there
see
you
how
go.
that works
Hopefully
out.
we see you then.
Yes.
Hey, let's look at some of the different accessories. Now, you have cuffs like the one I'm wearing. You also have watch bands too.
Yes. Yeah, what you are wearing is part of my vintage line. I have 2, the vintage line and the custom line.
Okay.
The watches, which I think are featured over here, they're all made out of old vintage belts, but I can also do custom work as well.
And then you have purses. Those are some awesome purses.
Yes. Well, I decided to expand the line as I started getting into custom work, and so I just said I'm going to just take a shot and try to learn how to do this, and it started coming together. And so I'm actually getting really well known for custom bags right now.
We love it. Hey, let's show off some of your tools, because let's show folks that you really do make these by hand. Big hammer, and what's this one?
This is a hole punch. This is one of my biggest tools.
Here, like
this is for putting in studs to snaps to any kind of embellishment and adorning leather. Just a typical hammer that bangs it all together.
And then this is one of the cuffs that you would make. You
Yeah.
start with a piece of leather, and
leather. This is an antique piece of hardware. It's just like this, and
there you go.
several pieces to put it all together. And that's one of my biggest sellers. People like the antique, the vintage look with making it look modern for accessories, that kind of thing.
It is some great pieces for kind of just incorporated into your wardrobe. And we want to remind folks that the Yellow Springs Street Fair is Saturday from 9 to 5, and you can catch a free shuttle at Young's Dairy or Yellow Springs High School. For more on the street fair, just go to our website, click on Fox 45 in the morning. Do you know where you'll be set up yet?
I actually will be set up right on Xenia Avenue, right in the middle of all the madness, right across from Urban Handmade.
There you go. So go say hi to Liz and check out her stuff. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.